Good morning. I think that the problem is potentially serious. I think it's less serious for South Africa than for many other African states like Lesotho. But we should remember that Agoa gives a preference on the normal duties into the US. So these new duties, these Liberation Day tariffs, completely and utterly overwhelm any benefits that Agoa was providing. So let me put this into some numbers for you. The average benefit South Africa received for trade into the US under Agoa was 3.5%, and the rand value of that was about 1.9 billion rand a year. Our Liberation Day tariffs are 30%. So it simply completely overwhelms everything. With countries like Lesotho, the benefit was larger because they could send textile products in under Agoa, which we could not do. But again, they are now sitting with a 15% tariff. So losing Agoa under normal circumstances would not have been great. But to be honest with you, losing Agoa it is not going to really make a difference when you're facing a 30% tariff as we are at the moment. So South Africa, by a fairly large margin, has been the largest beneficiary. By that I mean we sent the most product in and secured the largest amounts of benefits. But we're a large economy in Africa. The real benefit went to countries like Lesotho, where it's a small economy, but their exports are about limited to diamonds and textiles, and being able to get their textiles into the US duty-free versus, I think it was 16.5% that they would have paid without Agoa, was enormous. So even though the kind of dollar value of the benefit was much smaller for Lesotho, as a percentage of their economy, it was a far greater effect. The original thinking behind Agoa, at least in theory, was that aid was considerably less effective into Africa. Lots of corruption, etc., was involved in that space. The thinking was that if you opened the US market to more African countries, it would have greater benefits than simply giving cash. And to a degree, that worked. But Agoa was always a political tool, a soft power tool, if you like, of the US. And so they could always take away these benefits if they wanted. So it was certainly not an uncomplicated program. It was certainly not just a clear win, but it definitely made a difference to particularly the smaller economies of Africa.